welcome to the Luke Show. I'm your interim host, Tim. I'm here with Kadin and Julius. What's up, fellas?
Yep. Nixon 4 going on.
Nixon 4.
Yeah, you know what's
Our captain is traveling around the country right now, Luke, so shout out to him. Hope you're safe on your journey. We're patiently awaiting your return, but we are fiending to get some pods in, so we had to talk. We had to set aside some time. So the three of us are going to talk through these first two games of both the Eastern and Western Conference Finals so far. Let's start with the Cavs and the Knicks series. Our resident Knicks fan, Julius, he's co-opted Kadin into Knicks and 4 gang, New York versus everybody.
Yep.
What are we thinking right now? What are you seeing from your Knicks? What are you liking?
I'm seeing orange and blue skies. That's all I've been saying for a week now, and I'm gonna scream it even louder going forward. I'm not gonna lie. I got a couple shirts coming in the mail. All right, you heard it here first. Knicks in 4. Okay, and when it happens, I'm gonna get everybody a bright orange shirt to go along with me.
Yeah.
All right.
Bet.
New York versus everybody.
Word. Buying merch is for real. That means that you think that this is real, right?
Oh, definitely. I know it's real because the tattoo idea came across my mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're reaching a different echelon now.
Yes. I mean, emotions are high, baby. Emotions are high.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it looks like they're about to just march straight into the finals. Like, no problem, through 3 series, right? I mean, like, after that game 1 collapse by the Cavs, like, how can you find it within yourself? That's got to just, like, zap everything out of you, right?
Yeah. That and just also, what was it? Yeah, it was last game that Jalen Brunson just going out hard in every possession, just torching them. It's just, I personally, like, I understand, like, not wanting to have some pride as a coach is like a tough call, but I think you have to get him off the floor in that situation from that first game. Like, especially when Brunson scored like 6 straight, like, you got to put in somebody, maybe put in like a Dean Wade or you just double him, force the ball out of his hands. But I know he'll make a play, but it was tough to watch.
Something, right? Yeah, that was kind of my takeaway as this 22-point lead was just dissipating. It was like, do the Cavs have a coach right now? Like, you're allowed to, like, try to stop this from happening. It was it really was like 7 or 8 possessions in a row that Bronson is just going straight at Hart. And it's like, at some point you got to do something about it, right? I mean, Harden's just been kind of a rough watch altogether, man. It's just like, he's just slow as molasses. And it's like, I understand this is like play style sometimes, but it almost borderline is as if he looks like he's not even trying, And like, I'm sure he would be so offended to hear that, but that's just what it looks like,
Yeah. It's just, he's proof that, there are some players that are human, that they get to that age and they start to have a decline, even though with all the advances. Like, I was thinking this the other day, I was like, I wonder, like, will we ever see James Harden score 30 in a playoff game again? I'm sure it could happen in this series, but I honestly don't think he'll ever score 30 again. And this is a guy who scored 30 plus with ease for 12.
Just straight buckets. Yeah, like his name was like synonymous with just
even
buckets.
Steph gets to 40, I think if he made a playoff game there, he could hit 30 in a game or something. Like, that's still possible, but I just don't even think it's plausible for James Harden at this point.
No, yeah, you might be right. I mean, we're way past his prime. It's like if they do get swept out of this conference finals, then like the entire front office has to reevaluate the entire Garland for Harden trade, and like I wouldn't feel confident moving into next year with the same team, So it's like Max Kellerman had that tweet. It was like, bringing James Harden in your team is like, to make it better, is like electing Donald Trump as president, Like,
to fix your country. Yeah.
Yeah. He's spot on with that. But yeah, so like you were saying, like, that was just awful from game 1, in my opinion, from Kenny Atkinson. But going back to the Brunson point, like, obviously adjustments were made. Brunson went off for, how many points did he have in the first game? Was it like 42 or something like that?
I think he finished with 38, 17 in the 4th and overtime.
Yeah, like, unbelievable. So they made the Cavs made the adjustments for game 2 there, but then he kind of showed versatility. Oh my goodness!
What's up? We got Jeff Rousey in there.
No, my mom's driving.
Hey, Tina.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Hey.
What are you guys talking about? Don't let me interrupt you.
We were talking
No,
about
yeah. I'm glad that you could
Yeah.
pull up for the conversation.
Yeah, hell
We're
yeah.
talking Knicks right now. We were talking about how Brunson was going off game one, just making Harden look like a doofus. But the point that I was getting to now is then like Brunson kind of changed his game up for game two. Then he kind of became chief distributor instead. I think the Cavs are doing a little bit of a better job, like shutting him down, getting to the basket as much. But he finished with what? I think 14 assists in game two. So like he was really setting the table.
Yeah.
Role players have been impressive to me, honestly, for the Knicks. Like game one, I remember Bridges and freaking Landry Shamet both hit two insanely clutch threes.
Yeah.
I really think that like that. You remember that the turnaround three that Bridges had at the end of the shot clock in the fourth quarter. After he made that, I was like, okay, I think this is happening.
Yeah.
Like those are the types of things that you gotta have some black magic at play for that type of stuff.
You should have seen him in the bar, man. He was getting the place hyped. He was talking
That's awesome. That's awesome. And
and
then,
got the New York song playing in the background. It was moving.
Energy,
awesome.
Man.
That's awesome.
It's flowing, man. It's flowing. It's a different type of energy, and I think when it comes to the way they're playing, like the bench unit, you talk about the bench unit, how guys just seem ready. Guys just seem ready for their moment. They seem like they're ready for their name to be called. Something I kind of go back to is obviously Tibbs and how he ran, the rotations back previously. You kind of wonder if he would have been in this same position and got these guys ready to play for each other. You got guys like Josh Hart saying he's a servant to his team, where actually there's a little bit of tension in the locker room up and down. So, it's just a testament, I think, to Mike Brown and what he's kind of done this year, first year.
And he was a hater. Don't let him lie to you. He was not on the Mike Brown at first.
And
he's at now.
And I'm still there. However, I do believe I am in the minority. I do think Tibbs would have gotten here. But if he comes out, Mike Brown, with a finals win, I'm not going to argue with the results.
Yeah. And they're in this. It really couldn't be much better because if you somehow sweep the Cavs and get all the rest that you can against for OKC or Spurs, whoever it is, that's your best shot.
Yeah. One thing I like that you brought up Tibbs, Julius, because one thing that I was thinking about is like this Knicks team comes across as kind of like a no-nonsense group of individuals, but like the vibes are still good, Like I think about Minnesota, for example, like towards the end of that series, it seemed like vibes were kind of off. Like they were like, not that they were like, against one another, but just like the cohesion just didn't seem quite there. On the flip side, it feels like this Knicks unit is like really tight knit. A lot of that probably does bleed from like Brunson and Hart and Bridges having this long-term relationship. But like, I feel like that is kind of cascaded to the rest of the team. And some of that is probably influenced by Tibbs, Like if you think of a no-nonsense individual, that is Tom Thibodeau, you know what I mean? So maybe some of those philosophies that he introduced to them, like some of those benefits are really showing now that we have a different flavor of what the X's and O's look like with the Mike Brown system. But to your point, Cat was my second pick on my fantasy squad this year. And the whole year I'm like, what's going on? Like Mike Brown offense, can we get this going,
Yeah. Right. It's kind of been the perfect storm, right? Like to go from such a no-nonsense coach where it's almost like they were in almost like a graduate school, and then they get to the regular coach, and then it's like they still keep those same principles. You can see it. You can see Tibbs sometimes whenever they lock in, and you bring Minnesota, it's like you can see that storm is maybe not, developing as maybe they had hoped, and we kind of got away with one by pawning Julius Randle over there. Orange and blue skies. That's
Mike Brown, you got that.
Where did Kadin get this New York versus everybody shirt?
Right here.
Oh, yeah, don't worry.
You got a Blazers, Spurs. You're a fan of everybody now. Oh God.
Whoa!
Not in the car with your mother.
Whoa!
Not in the car with your mother.
Don't be showing your shit, all right?
My God.
I'm trying to position my phone in this place, but it's not working.
This is supposed to be able to go up on Spotify, man. Come on.
All right, my bad. I'll mute myself again. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, man. But
I have a New York shirt for everybody, mom included. Once the Knicks win.
Oh man, I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
the Knicks look fantastic, dude. I think
Mike Brown, man, he got the Kings to the playoffs if they had a drought. Like I've always thought he was a good coach. I mean, obviously, whenever he went to Golden State as an assistant, I'm not really counting any of those years, but I was excited because I wanted to see. I just Tibbs is like to me as WB fans like a Bob Huggins type setup. Yeah, you're gonna get the guys to play hard, play a lot of minutes, get some rebounds, but offensively, you're just never gonna. I feel like get there with that. Now, with Mike Brown, you're like you said, lucky they got the defensive principles, and now he has more trust in his bench. He's doing deeper rotations. You're seeing a Landry Shamet confident come in there. You're seeing Jordan Clarkson. You're seeing everybody just like play a role and get things done. So I think this is
Mhm.
like a
I
perfect.
think that's the biggest difference between Mike Brown and Tibbs is like you're saying, like Deuce McBride's out there hitting threes. Shamit in that first game was hitting some insane, like really clutch threes.
Yeah,
Tibbs was just playing like pretty much all the starters 40 minutes a game, like even more so.
yeah,
So yeah, it's like you make a good point. Like he made like the culture and like I think Jalen Brunson's a big part of that. Kind of like the Knicks T Wolves comparison. Like I don't know, you kind of take on the identity of your best player. And Anthony Edwards is kind of like a badass and like a leader in that way, but he was like shaking the Spurs' hands with 9 minutes left in that game, which
that
was
was
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah. And I feel like Brunson would never be doing some shit like that.
No, I agree.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I really do think it's probably going towards a Knicks sweep now. I would do think. I mean, we'll see what game three looks like. Just a couple notes on the Cavs. I mean, like they just look flat. I think after that game one collapse, like it's really hard to like find the energy after that.
Yeah,
Like if you were able to steal game one on the road, especially after the Knicks had the rest that they did, like it's gentleman sweeps at the best, I think. But especially, I personally think that Donovan Mitchell is definitely hurt. I mean, like his level from Game 7 against the Pistons compared to these first two games, like he's not attacking the basket like he was. Like the reason they won Game 7 against the Pistons was because he was continually attacking the basket and just dumping the ball off to Jared Allen and Evan Mobley under the basket. Like it just looks like he doesn't have that spring in his step. So I think that he's honestly hurt, and I think that if he's going to be hurt and Harden is going to be the slug that he's been,
yeah,
I don't think it's a good look for them. So not enough for Mobley or Jared Allen. Sam Merrill's look bad. It's not a good spot for them right now.
yeah. And I think too Harden. I mean, he probably has like another year left on his deal, and I feel like when you make that trade, you can't just give up after this unless there's somebody that comes across and offers you something for Harden. But I mean, his value is at an all-time low, so I don't think you're getting anything super crazy. So it's like they kind of stuck with it, and they have to rock with it again next year unless they can fleece Milwaukee for some weird Giannis trade where they send him a billion picks or something like that. So it's definitely going to be like a dumping him and attaching assets to it to move on from it. But I just don't know how you go forward with Harden, especially if they lose. Now, if they were to have some type of crazy come back, which is not going to happen, sure. But I don't know how you can go into next season and like any bit of confidence that this can, even if you add a LeBron or even if you add somebody else, that James Harden is going to get you to the promised land because we've seen it happen way too many times. I mean, did he have another game with more turnovers and field goals?
He's had 6 in his career. I messed up my camera. I can't flip it back around, so you're just gonna see.
What interstate are we on right there? What we got going?
We're outside of Cincinnati right now.
Nice.
Looks
Okay.
beautiful.
I'll be at the Hard Rock Casino tonight watching this Spurs game.
Nice.
Fire.
Beautiful.
You got any locks tonight for the crowd?
Well, I do love the Wembanyama Finals MVP in France to win the World Cup parlay. I think that's awesome. But I was actually looking. If you think the Knicks are going to win it all, it makes more sense to just bet Jalen Brunson Finals MVP.
Right now,
Yeah, like the Knicks odds, I think were plus 750 or 700, and Brunson was like 800 for Finals MVP. I don't really see a world where they win the Finals and he's not the MVP.
No.
Yeah,
I agree.
Besides a Josh Hart Herculean effort, which I am praying to not watch. I do not want to watch that.
Yeah.
As a Knicks fan, I do not want to watch a Josh Hart Finals MVP performance. I'll just admit that.
What finals are you guys rooting for? Is it Spurs Knicks? I feel like that's got to be the most exciting.
Absolutely. For sure.
Yeah. I saw I forget what podcast listening to. It's like already like a hypothetical Knicks courtside seat for the finals would be $100,000.
I bet. Yeah. I thought I was already like that for this series, so it's probably more than that. I thought that one picture I shared there was a couple $100,000 seats.
Oh, was it that much? I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I actually want Cavs OKC. I think that would be even better for the basketball community.
That would be a nightmare. It would be like so
No,
awful.
I think the viewership would be at an all-time low. Like they
Oh yeah.
might offer it for free. Like you could just stream it just to get some extra ad revenue.
It would be on Tubi for sure.
All-time high Stanley Cup numbers, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, any final parting thoughts on this series?
I'd just like to take this moment to to just hate on James Harden a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie, I've been an avid against the whole philosophy of dribble for the entire shot clock. I don't understand why the Cavs would make this trade midseason. And if they were smart, they would play Jalen Tyson some more minutes instead of Harden to kind of be a connector between their shooters and Allen and Mobley and those guys.
Yeah.
We'll see if Kenny Atkinson wakes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like his management in game one was ridiculous. Like, how do you not call a timeout?
Nope.
I mean, I wonder if he's like even going to be around next year, because that was just crazy. And apparently, him and Harden are like super close, and he like has Harden like draw up plays and checks the plays with him, which is like, I don't know. Harden is like such a shell of what he once was. Like, I don't even. He's really like been awful in the playoffs historically, but especially this year.
That's an interesting point you bring up, that they're tight, because that's actually something exactly we talked about before you hopped on, was that the lack of adjustments in game one was like very questionable. Like, you have the ability to make changes, and he never did. So, but yeah, like I said, like at best, gentleman's sweep, but Knicks in 4 is very likely, I would say.
Our numbers.
I'm on Knicks in 4.
Knicks in 4. Yeah.
Knicks in 4, baby. Knicks in 4. Love to hear it.
Cool. All right. Shall we move on to the series that I think everybody's been waiting for all season long? The Spurs and the Thunder.
Before we start that, if Julian Champagny hits 5 threes tonight, one lucky viewer who shares, likes, and comments will win $5 from me. So be watching the game and hopefully it's 5 threes.
I love that. Please, I hope that happens.
Yeah.
$5.
5 threes for $5.
I mean, that's as many people.
I'm hoping it's Gio, but I can't make any promises.
What if there's like 30 people who do it, who share like
There's only one lucky, so we'll just pick.
Just one? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not saying it's Gio, but it most likely will be Gio. But still comment, like, and share.
Comment, like, and share, folks. Come on, we gotta get the numbers up. Well, just as you just did before we get into this discussion, I also want to take a moment that basketball is just in good hands for the next 10 to 15 years, man. Like, it is unbelievable watching Victor Wembanyama play basketball. It's unbelievable watching this trio of the last 3 draft classes to assemble this trio that between him, Steph Castle, and Dylan Harper, like, moving forward with them, like, I mean, how can you not be excited? Like, I can't imagine being like a hardcore San Antonio fan. Like, you got to be giddy watching this, like, especially given that like most people assume that this was like 1 year too early for them. They have thrown all of that out the fucking window. Like, they are unbelievable. Watching Wemby nail that 3, the pull-up 3 in game 1, I mean, like, I audibly gasped while watching the game alone. It's like, it's just unfathomable. Kadin, what do you think?
It was probably the biggest shot. I mean, I'm trying to think. Well, I guess Halliburton last year, so maybe it's not a good analogy, but just such an incredible, like, that was the best game in I don't even know how long. Like, that was unbelievable. And Tim, to your point, like the Spurs, like us Spurs fans, I mean, I've gone back and forth a lot throughout the years, but my heart's always been in San Antonio. We're eating good right now. The future is bright. This is the worst we're going to be for like the next 10 years. And I mean, like Castle and Harper, they're so awesome. Yeah. And even like Vassell and Champagny, I really hope Champagny gets these 5 threes for one lucky viewer. Yeah. But yeah, they're just like perfect complementary pieces to go around them. So I cut off your question, Tim. Sorry, but yeah, just wanted to get quick about the Spurs there.
No, you're good. You're good. I mean, it really is so awesome watching these guys all compete at such a high level at such a young age. I mean, like, like, we're all like hyping them up so much, and they just came off a game 2 L. You know, that's like how excited everybody is about this team. Like, it's just good for basketball. But so yeah, game 1 was probably, like Luke said, one of the best games of recent memory. The double OT, like, just incredible stuff. In general, I mean, so like so game one, incredible. I mean, like that was like a real treat for fans. Game two also was a good game, like a lot of adjustments made by both sides. I am very curious. I don't know if we've gotten an update here in the last like 45 minutes or so about Dylan Harper's status for game three.
It says, yeah, still game time decision. Jalen Williams is out.
J-Dub confirmed out with the hammy, yeah, which is the same injury that he was dealing with before, which I think it bodes very poorly for him.
Right. Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, that does suck, but hammies are difficult to recover from.
Julius scored his last night, and he played tomorrow.
Back up and at it.
Yep.
Back up and at it. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, so we don't have a status update on Fox tonight either, right?
No, I don't know if he's going to be there. I think Harper's more likely to be there, which I was telling him that the other night that like obviously not top 5 best players, but like Harper's like getting close to like my top 5 favorite players to watch.
Dude, I couldn't agree more. The dude is straight butter. Like it's you can tell that he works with Manu Ginobili with his behind the back, dude. He had like even in game 2, I'm pretty sure it was game 2, he just had this like the ball, he was at the top of the 3-point line. He's like a little bit left of center. He's like dribbling the ball with his left hand, and it's like kind of an awkward bounce. And he kind of just does this little like scoop behind the back pass to whoever was at the top of the key. And it was just so like it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
Just like
he just gets to the rack at will, and it's not like he's got this crazy athleticism to go and yam. Like, first of all, yeah, the dunk that Castle had. I watched a slow-mo replay of that, and it's even better. Watch it in slow-mo, and it's just.
I haven't like witnessed an in-game dunk like that in a long time, dude. Like saying once again, like audibly gasped. With Steph Castle, it's like very unique with his dunks because it feels like he's almost like still rising as he's throwing it down. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he can like jump all the way to the top of the backboard. Like it's wild.
Was he in a dunk contest this year?
He was.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, Carter Bryant was.
No, Carter Bryant.
Oh,
yeah.
Last year he was in it?
As a rookie, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was Castle in it?
I think so, as a rookie, like last year.
I feel like he was, but I can't really remember. He should have been, if not.
He went against McClung.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, to that point, I will say I am slightly nervy about the idea of both Fox and Dylan Harper being out because, like, I think one of the biggest takeaways from game 2 was Steph Castle's turnovers. I mean, 11 turnovers as the main ball handler, that's like unacceptable, unfortunately. Now, granted, a lot of these are like rookie mistakes, or not rookie mistakes, but like, very early on in your playoff career and big moments types of mistakes. But I think that with having that much more load on him once Dylan Harper exited the game, then I think it was Zach Lowe where it was talking about how like you're just more prone to start making the mental fatigue mistakes, because you're starting to get a little more tired. So like if there's like a window where there's like a 60-40 chance that like you can make a nice pass for a bucket, you're more likely to take that because you're like, oh, if I get this pass off, he gets a bucket, I basically get a rest, and so you're more likely to do that. So that's my slight hesitation with game 3. That's why I'm very curious about the injury report. We'll see as we get a little bit closer to game time. We're about 45 minutes out.
OKC's the worst team to be making those turnovers as well. Like, so you really like ball control is like the number one priority. The offense is going to come, but you just cannot be turning over against them. Mm-hmm. The way they go on runs, it reminds me of like how the Warriors when they would go on those third quarter runs. It just in a different way. It's like there's more just barrages of threes and stuff, and they force some turnovers here and there. Where OKC is just like it can be whatever. It can just be because every time Shea touches the ball on the other side, it feels like it's a 50% chance he's either going to score at least every time, score or get fouled.
Yeah.
And I've been watching I think somebody had that crazy stat. I was looking at where like how many times he has fallen every time he's taken a shot, and he's like leads the league. Like he has the highest percent. I think it was like 20% of his shots he's falling, fouled or not fouled.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm out of here. Keep up the good work. I love what I'm hearing. Go Spurs. Go Knicks. We'll see you guys soon.
Yeah,
safe, man.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Good luck at Hard Rock.
All right. That was the Luke show's Luke.
Yep.
Thanks for checking in, Luke. We appreciate it, dude. But yeah, so game 3 is going to be a raucous ass crowd in San Antonio. Super excited for that. I think the most intriguing part, aside from the injuries about this game, is how the refereeing situation is going to be handled.
Yeah.
Because that, I think, like, aside from Steph Castle turnovers, that was one of the other big takeaways from the game was, like, Isaiah Hartenstein was sent out there to fucking be in an MMA fight, not even in a basketball game, yo. Like, between just mauling Wemby every play, jerking on his arms, dude. Honestly, all the jerking and everything, like, that's whatever. Like, down in the paint in the playoffs, that's not a fun place to be. The fucking hair pull on Steph Castle, that's some bitch shit. Like, that's not cool. That
was ridiculous. I think there's a line, like, of course, playoff basketball, you want the physicality, right? Like, you want these guys, these are gladiators. They train all year for this. But when it gets to, there's certain dirty tactics, like hair pulling is a little bit outlandish. Come on now. What are we doing? Especially since you guys are beating him the hell up already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so many other ways you can, a little quick step of the foot, little untie of the shoe at the free throw line. You got to be creative, but that's
It can't be that egregious. Yeah, that was just some bitch shit in my opinion. I couldn't agree more with you. But what else do we have here? Oh, like adjustments.
That is a testament, though, to how great this guy Wemby is too. Like, and Castle. Like, I saw a comparison that these guys were kind of like the Thunder when they came in with Russ, James, and KD.
Yeah.
KD being Wemby, Russ being Castle, and Harden being Harper.
Yeah.
And the parallel. The more I thought about it, it was like, this is a fairly similar parallel. Like, and what if these guys stay together for so long? Like, people like Hartenstein and the Thunder, they're already resorting to these dirty tactics because they know where these Spurs are going.
Yep.
And they are not trying to let this.
They gotta get their wins. They gotta get their wins now.
Exactly. Before these guys really take over. It's showing. Like, people are scared of the Spurs.
Yeah, I saw that comparison too. You're talking about, and I think that this one team, like, when you look at Harden, KD, and Russ, they each have more of, I'd say, like a selfish personality type style. So eventually they were going to have to split up because of money, because of situation, because of egos. I could really see these three being together. Now, where does Fox fit in all this, that timeline? I don't know. We'll see. I think if they get a win tonight too, especially and Fox plays and he's back and we can see how that's closing because we have not got to see him in the series yet. So I think that's going to be the X factor. If De'Aaron Fox has a good game tonight, I think they have a chance to win. Now, if Harper's out and it's Fox and Castle, and the OKC has no Jalen Williams, obviously, which I think they're fine with that. I don't think Jalen Williams, like, as good as he is, I don't think he's like an X factor in the series. At least this series, he might be in another one, but for this team, I don't think so. So I think if Fox plays well tonight, that's they're going to have that, especially with no Harper out there.
Yeah. As an X factor, I definitely think Jalen Williams doesn't fit that bill. Chet is probably the guy that everybody's looking at to see, are you going to fight back? This guy clearly doesn't like you.
Yeah.
Like, everybody sees it. And it almost seems like they're kind of avoiding, well, Chet would be kind of avoiding it. Wemby even kind of insinuates it at press conferences and things like that. But is Chet going to show up? Is he going to have that game where he puts up his 25 and 15, 5 blocks? Like, are you going to?
Yeah, he only had 13 last game. I couldn't remember how well he played. But, like you said, they were really more so relying on Hartenstein to at least be the defense. That Chet could, at least, you think Chet could give Wemby some type of trouble with his length, but it just does not seem that way anytime they match up.
It was like, the only time where that length was like super noticeable was that block where it sent it to the second overtime, I think, in game one. So first off, that analogy with the Young Thunder is awesome. I haven't heard of that. It makes a lot of sense. And then doubling down on your point, Kadin, like, I do think it's more likely that this trio in San Antonio does want to stay together longer term, because a lot of that, I think, stems from who the chief is. For the Thunder, it was clearly KD was the chief. We've seen KD and what he is for the last 10, 15 years. So that all checks out that didn't work out. Wemby One of my favorite things about him is just like how visibly awesome he is as a teammate. He is the
Yeah.
first person to dap up every single motherfucker on his team. He doesn't bitch about calls. It's just like
Nope.
he's such. Not only is like he the most enjoyable watch, but it's just such a pleasant watch too. Like everything that you would want out of a teammate, out of a leader, out of your franchise star moving forward. Like
The most likable superstar, like I think there might have ever been. Like
ever. And like he's just so smart and like all these stories about how he's like preparing his entire life to be here to do this. Like I am less worried, honestly, knock on wood. I'm less worried about him injuries wise long term, unless it's like freak stuff,
Mhm.
because I think that he's been preparing his body and like
Yeah,
his everything, his mind, his body, his soul, going to fucking practice with Shaolin monks, man. Like, it's all the real fucking deal. And it's like,
yeah,
game one of this series was, I think, really where it like, the switch flipped in my mind. I
yeah,
was like, holy shit, this guy's not just insanely good. He's like, he could be
yeah,
the best player ever before
yeah,
he's like 30 fucking years old. Like,
yeah.
it's crazy.
And it's not like with him, like you said, with the injuries, like if he has some catastrophic injuries, it's not because he didn't put in the work. Like when you look at a Joel Embiid, like you question like how much work ethic did you actually have? What were you actually doing? How like Wemby, you're like, I know he's doing every single thing he can to get his body right, like LeBron James type level in a different way. For a big man like him with his size, so I
Yeah.
hope that he does not have any type of injuries, but yeah, I'm super confident that he should be fine because he does put that crazy work in, like
Yeah.
crazy work.
Yeah. So, yeah, just going back to like, we'll see how, if he's allowed to just get the shit kicked out of him again tonight. I think it's going to be interesting to see if they employ those same tactics with Hartenstein. The only other point that I thought was interesting from game two, like talking about those adjustments, game one, like kind of going back to J Dub about how he is not necessarily the X factor. When he was there for game one, they lost. Game two, he wasn't there, they won, like game one, the scoring distribution was kind of weird for the Thunder. So SGA had 24 points, J Dub had 26. Caruso, who we haven't even mentioned, had the game of his fucking life in game one. That was a crazy
Yeah,
performance.
still had three threes in game two.
Yeah, so Caruso had 31. So between 24 SGA, 26 J Dub, 31 Caruso, nobody else even got to double digits on the Thunder. And then compare that with game two, they had 7 people in double digits. So they figured out how to spread the love a little bit more. So shout out to Cason Wallace, too. I thought that he had a really impressive game, too.
Yeah, he was hitting a ton of threes.
Yeah, they were just hounds of the defensive floor. We were talking about the turnovers, but in game two, OKC won the steal contest 15-4. So we'll see if the Spurs can take care of the basketball a little bit better tonight. But
Yeah, I,
um,
I think for the next, if Steph Castle's going to handle the ball, and they're going to have, I hope they have Fox out there, so they have another ball handler to help out. But he's got to have like less than 5 turnovers. I think if he gets up to that 8 turnover mark, I can't see a world where they're winning a game because that's OKC executes points off turnovers probably better than any team in the league.
hmm yeah, totally agreed.
Yeah,
Totally
I
agreed.
mean, I think it'll be, they're in San Antonio, right? So it'll be, probably a little bit in their favor when it comes to certain calls,
Yeah.
physicality, and things like that.
Crowd,
Crowd noise, things like they got kind of punched in the chest back, when we getting beat up, them getting beat up all on the floor, Castle double-digit turnovers. But I mean, this team has shown they resilience. They're gonna punch back. They are. It's they're here. I mean, you saw Wemby looking at his teammates. I mean, after that game one, they all realized that they're too. That this guy is gonna bring us as long as we just show up.
And they're the only team that has a mental edge over OKC because they beat them 3 times in the regular season.
Right.
So
right. I mean, I trust these guys. Props to Mitch Johnson. I mean, he couldn't have done a better job, and of course, he couldn't have had a better pick fall into his lap in San Antonio. Probably the best prospect since LeBron James.
Yeah, for sure. And just to kind of like round things out, I think shout out to Greg Popovich. I think that the way now, like everything was kind of shrewded in all of his like major health implications, but like the way that he stepped aside was like probably in his mind exactly how Greg Popovich would want to step away from the game. No attention, no nonsense, none of that bullshit. I read an article recently that talks about how he is still like super influential, like in the shadows of the team. Like Carter Bryant was talking about how he speaks to Pop like almost every single day on the phone. Like he is that like he is that additional resource for these guys, and it's like he's just like this old sage who has seen it all, done it all, and like there was another really cool part of the story where Tim Duncan, he attends every single physical rehab session with Pop just because he like wants to be there for him, you know. So it's like it just was so perfect that this human being of Wemby fell to this organization, especially while Pop was still around. Like I think we talked. What'd you say?
For the Blazers. You got some players.
But yeah, we talked about previously how like this whole Wemby situation could look much different if he was put on a team where they like ran his gas out after the first season and like all this and all that. It's just like it's all been so perfect. So I think
in New Orleans, right?
Yeah, God.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I think the series is going to 7. I pray it does. I want every single minute of it possible, man.
Spurs in 7, please.
Yeah, that would be awesome to see. But all right. Any other parting thoughts?
Nope. Shout out Luke for still getting the group chats moving and motivating us to get a pod in. So
yeah, shout out to Luke from the Luke Show. We miss you, buddy. We're glad that you stopped by though. So
shout out to W host, man.
Yeah, W host. Yeah,
love it.
Maybe you can take the show over from
Tim
Show.
All right. Peace, fellas.
All right, deuces.